have quality information accessible to them.
ABC ID makansan limang ida husi ABC Australia. Ami serviço iha Ministro de Negócios Estrangeiros Austrália niokos. Atu ha força liutan serviço media niang iha rai liur sira, inclui Timor-Leste.
Today we're learning about how fast the media and information landscape is changing, and artificial intelligence is a big part of that. But everybody in this room knows that there is another conversation in Timor, and that is the quality of internet access, getting internet to the rural areas and rural speeds, internet speeds to be able to enable business, commerce and education in Timor-Leste.
Ohing ita tu kuliah oinsal lauk media nian lau lais tebes. Lili wahir ita kuliah kona bos AI, mabe ita mas kuliah kona ba ligação internet nabe malak lir tanga tumai. Si lori mos media ba iha area urbana red, mame ba mos area remota sira.
But one of the big changes that is coming is that the submarine cable that carries high-speed fiber optic information from around the world is now at our door just off the beaches in Timor-Leste.
Buat daluma maho mana sirna hatena na fiu submarino nebe mak ema usa barak yang munutomak agora daug niamas taman he Timor-Leste no ita mos usa idane.
Once that submarine cable is connected into the distribution networks in Timor-Leste, it will revolutionize how the people of Timor-Leste can engage with the internet.
When hiras kabel submarino netona nisi ba distributor sira ready sira na bema hiliona tu fornece idane se revoluciono tu halo lais lutan serviço internet sira niang.
How will it change our future here in Timor-Leste? Mana Laura and her research team, in partnership with Timorese academics and experts, have worked hard to investigate this issue, and she will be presenting her findings to you now.
O insama kabel submarina ne si impacto baitane media Timor-Leste. Mana Laura agora turela na ba honi equipa sira, ho perito sira, no moço academista sira halo pesquisa da o insa mak submarina fiu submarina ne se foi impacto ba media.
Bem-vindo, Mana Laura.
Obrigada, Man Aaron, no Man Sal. Sin Hanian Aaron Laura has to be to ho ABC Desenvolvimento Internacional, Hanasan Pesquisadora. Obrigada barak ba oportunidade ne atu qualia ho ini. Kani colega Man Sal dele ajuda ho tradução. So today I'm going to share with you some research that ABC International Development has done, looking at the new fibre optic undersea internet cable that's planned to go live in Timor-Leste soon. Currently, Timor-Leste is one of only a few countries around the world that's not yet connected. So connecting to the undersea cable network has been described a bit like connecting to the backbone of the internet.
Tambah he testi hetane behawle langsung dito. Adi obrigado barak ba convidan ha auto kuliah ohi idane po onra bot tebes amutu ko professional media sira ne be bot tebes nomos support a media sira. Did you say this one or? But did it? Okay.
Can you hear me okay? So it's where over 95% of all information that's sent and received on the internet travels.
Okay, ita informação ne bema liu ne, liu husi 95%, informação ne bema transmite kasimu liu husi internet.
There's currently around 1.5 million kilometres of undersea internet cable that exists within our oceans.
Ora daug né, iha 1,5 milhões de quilômetros internet view internet nebe iha tasi okos nebe agora existe ela iha itenia tasi iha mundo né.
So we wanted to look at what this new cable might mean for Timor and in particular Timorese media.
Agora tatu kulia significa saída view serana atuma Timor-Leste e liu ba iha itenia media sera iha Timor.
What are the opportunities that it brings? And what are some of the challenges that are likely to arise?
Oportunidade saída mai tasi hetang, no desafio saída det mai tasi hasoro, wa hira view ne tona mai.
So to delve into this research, we had 3 key questions.
Usi pesquisa né, a minha pergunta slubukira, nebe mai tabot ser bahari he ekran né.
Firstly, what are the key features of Timor-Leste's current digital ecosystem?
Ida primeiro liu mana, ida ba sekarang mau ser langsung saída ma karakteristika sabi sira, liu si Timor-Leste ni ekosistema digital atual.
Secondly, how is the new internet cable likely to impact Timorese media and communities?
O desafio internet foi uma possibilidade atu foi impacto ba media comunidade timaroan siranya.
And what lessons can we learn from our Pacific neighbours, from other countries who have, in the last 5 or 10 years, also had this experience of being connected to the undersea cable for the first time?
Na saun sirusi Pasifiko, nebe maksira ma foi hetang view nene iha tinan 5 o neng libakotuk. Di saun sira ma ita si aprendo si sira.
So to answer these questions, we started with our State of the Media Timor-Leste research, which was published last year and done in partnership with the Asia Foundation.
Atu hahu mau sira rehana ba ita ne estado media ni documento institucional ne amutuk atu sudah ruanulu no entrevista semi-estruturada no 45 o media principal governo no comunidade.
This study involved the review of 120 documents and 45 interviews with media. So I'm sure some of you are here today. And then to expand on these state of the media findings, we then went and conducted a desk review of a further 90 documents and websites. And we sought out materials addressing 5 key areas concerning digital connectivity, which were online media trust, mis and disinformation, digital safety, digital literacy, and infrastructure. Next slide. Following the research, we validated our findings with the Timor-Leste Press Council.
A minha pesquisa, né, amo serviço mútuo ao Conselho Imprensa.
And we'd like to recognise that this study was a really collaborative effort. So we had researchers from Timor-Leste, from Australia, from the Solomon Islands, and from Tonga all working on it.
Pesquisa, né, a minha colaboração irane colaborativo, Conselho Imprensa, no mos nação Rusi Pacífica hotu.
So moving now to our findings and thinking firstly about some of the benefits of the cable. There's plenty of reasons to be optimistic and look forward to increased internet connectivity in Timor-Leste. I think everyone who's lived with the struggles of spending hours trying to download or send something might feel this way.
Ita hari ulu oportunidade. Oportunidade primeiro mana custo dados nebe makikliu. Ita si yama barak masih oportunidade atu download, namos atu install bot rumah ka o atu halu serviço.
So when we talk to people, they were really excited about lower data costs, which might increase accessibility of internet.
Halu pesquisa amikulu yama barak sira contente tambah si halu custo ba internet ne barato.
Media practitioners were excited about the potential for increased collaboration between urban, regional and rural media. We know that the media sector is highly centralised to Dili, even though only about 25% of Timor's population lives here. So with greater connectivity, this may enable media to better represent what's a really diverse nation and hear from more rural and regional voices.
Dia ho media sira yang idana oportunidade bara dia tambah sira si bela colabora ho media sira hi area urbana no regional tambah ita tene dauk kata agora dauk media bara ma concentra iha di Lilarang 25% det ma iha município sira.
Thirdly, better internet will give citizen journalists and new media initiatives the opportunity to connect directly with audiences. They won't have those same startup costs as traditional media have had to begin their media work.
Ida liutang man ida tirtang mai man oportunidade barak liutang so ita si halo ligação diretamente ho ita ne audiência sira barak liutang.
Fourthly, having more people online represents an opportunity for growth in digital audiences, and this could potentially open up new and much needed revenue sources for media. So we've got more people online, and this could open up new revenue sources for media, so bigger audiences.
Okay, when hira ema barak maktama hi online ona, liliu sira area urbana ka area remota sira matama na, si loke dalam phone tamba ema atu halo rendimento phone ka atu hatama osam barak tang, media sira si barak mak atu hakarak atu produce tan sira noticias tamba ema barak masile.
And finally, there was a strong sense that Timor-Leste might be able to grow its presence regionally and especially within the ASEAN region with greater digital connectivity.
Wahiri ta kulia kona ba conexão digital ne, wahiri ta kulia kona wahiri ta tama ne ASEAN, ida ne mas halo ita ne ligação hosira ne mais fácil utang.
Nonetheless, there are some really significant concerns tied to increased internet connectivity.
Mas be, ita kulia hoina oportunidade agora ita mas tenceraremos desafios ser ne be mak se ita se asoru liliu media he Timor.
Research found that the media or skills needed to use and manage high-speed internet.
Pesquisa ne be mak ita hetang nene kata ita nia equipa sira o ita ne media Timor la ia equipamentos ne be mak adequado ka ida ne be mak dia atu simu internet ida ne be mak velocidade as.
And increased internet connectivity is likely to exacerbate or make worse problems that are already being experienced, like online safety, mis and disinformation, and cybersecurity. I know some of you here today would have already had some probably awful experiences with online harassment or with your media website.
Desafio ida tang mane, ita ne media sia soru mane, wanghira internet lau dia kona, ita sia soru bat barak la limar ida tama kona ba cyber, depois ida tang ma kona ba assédio online niang, nebe mak dar rumah ita soru tiana, ida ne sia menta liutan tamba ema nebe ma sia acesso internet barak liutan, significa jornalista será sia soru buat tidak assédio be, será moral ne as liutan.
Respondents said to develop training and policies to support media literacy and digital skills, and stronger laws around cybersecurity, cybercrime, and data protection.
Atua ba problema a ser nega, buat ser bema atu acontece man ita tensi cria ita politika ida atu zere wanhira internet dia kon atu zere itania usa ba iha internet sirane. Lidiu itania politika atu zere se seret ma atu kontra ne ita tu halo hansa.
Another big challenge that respondents highlighted was that the media landscape is likely to change significantly. If audiences are consuming online and spending lots of time online, they're less likely to be listening to.
Se karik internet me mai dunia dia kona, ema barak masela nonton na televisão, ema barak los masela ronla na rádio, si barak li halai online. Também internet velocidade dia klarimat. Media tradisional sira, ema barak masih husi kona.
And Timorese audiences will also have a lot more access to international media. So local media will have and social media as well.
Desafio ida tang mana, ita ne população barak maksi hakarak buka informação husi media internasional sira. Quer dizer que a competição ba media Timornya mana atu cria notícias sira be media, atu tabel compete ho media internasional sira.
So moving now to our third finding. When our researchers asked people directly about increased connectivity, they had some really thoughtful responses, which I've just shared with you. However, when we looked at Timorese media coverage and published research and civil society initiatives on digital issues, we didn't really find much.
Wahiri ta kulia kona ba kabela na tumai ne, ema barak phone feedback na be mag diak lah limar. Mai be amos kulia amos ho are instituição sir selu.
It appears about the new
Wanhira amikulia lahi ma barak ma agora ne sidau loke topiku kona ba wanhira fiune mai kare kita tu halansa. Ita sidau ku diskuti kona ba namba liliu hala iba media.
Fiscal book Bella Ron. Test. I think that's better. So it appears that there hasn't been much public discussion about the new cable or about digitisation in Timor-Leste more broadly. So maybe these conversations are happening privately, I'm sure they are, but not in a public space.
Lahi discussão nebema acontece na discussão público nebema acontece na quando ba wanhira fiune mai se feita ser ba media Timor nene itu sidau hal discussão. Dalam rumah ida na oportunidade dia kita baita atu kuliah.
The media has reported some headlines around milestones of the cable being completed, including its arrival to Timor-Leste in June last year, which you can see on the screen, but not very much beyond that.
Ita bot sir hare ne headline na bani top kiru wanhira tu dada fiu mai mabe ita la halo discussão klean liutang kona ba fiu da ne mai ha media niang.
So which suggests that there's been a bit of a wait and see approach to navigating impacts of increased internet connectivity.
Wanhira husu sira iha termos na ba maun sira na ba wait and see. Sira dia kita heng ma kita harede nia tu mai hansa.
So moving now to our fourth finding. Sometimes we talk it's not really happening yet in Timor, but it absolutely is.
Bye ita kuliah ona kona ba digitalização, mas be ida ne acontece ona kala iha Timor digitalização ne.
And even with such slow and unreliable internet, many of Timor-Leste's young and increasingly urban population are producing some pretty great content.
Maski ita ne internet ita belen lau hansa lenu kela, mas be ita ne jornalista barak ma produce ona conteúdo dan be ma ita belen diactives.
As you know, there's been many grassroots online journalism websites that have emerged, and they've got a pretty strong track record for some good feature and investigative reporting.
Iha mos instituição balu ka media balu ne bema hakere kapasa limar kona ba investigativo, jornalismo notícias investigativo nia.
Independent podcasts and live streaming are also becoming more common.
Media independente sira mas agora hansan sai hansang comum lalimar.
And also traditional media outlets have been using online platforms more and more for dissemination and for engagement with audiences.
Ema começa husik nene kona media tradisional sira começa atu halo disseminação informação ne sira usa ona online media sira.
And despite significant challenges relating to online safety and mis and disinformation, there is some research that shows that young people are actually quite considerate and cautious in their online interactions and are really thinking about community and cultural norms.
Maski ita iha digitalização ona, mas be wanhira sira kuliah jovem sira jovem sira tete kata maski internet lauhan sane sira mos cuidado halimar wanhira sira usa internet. Tamba hare liba itana norma ho itana cultura sira.
Several trainings and initiatives from the national government, the Press Council and international and local NGOs have also occurred over recent years and started to do some support around digital literacy and tackling different internet related challenges.
Literasia digital ne barak